What's going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. I want to kind of talk about some things, so if I act like an emotional lesbian right now, don't mind it. It's just me bitching about something. So we're gonna go into the whole LeGarrette Blount speculation, trade rumors, maybe even him getting cut off this team once camp, stops at the right time. At the end of the preseason. There's some weird shit going on, and I don't know what it is, but LeGarrette Blount, as I've talked about, has not started with his first offensive line. When they signed LeGarrette Blount, we all know that they literally know he's a power back, and that's it. He ain't no Speedster, he ain't no Darren Sproles. He ain't 23 years old anymore, so I don't know where this is all coming from. I think maybe that there is some type of thing going on, but I don't know. I do know, but I don't know, but I do know. So I don't know how it's going to go. But the weird thing is that LeGarrette Blount, he hasn't shined, no. But you know what? You got to have an offensive line block it for him at least. Literally, you had what? Chance Warmack and Matt Tobin. Matt Tobin just got traded today. He just got traded. And we got a 5th-round pick for him, which that is a steal. That is a steal. A 5th-round pick for Matt Tobin today. Okay? And I really don't... The guy, I hated Matt Tobin from the start, okay? And getting a 5th-round pick for him was a steal. Fucking hands down, not even a 6th or a 7th, we got a steal for Matt Tobin, okay? For a guy that has no value, no nothing. He got a 5th-round pick. Fuck yeah, let's take that. 3 4th round, 2 5th rounds. Boom. And we're there. LeGarrette Blount... Sorry, I just cut that off. LeGarrette Blount is... I don't know what's going to happen, okay? There's some weird shit going on right now because LeGarrette Blount is... I don't know. I didn't watch his press conference today, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to see what, they're going to ask him about it. And he's asked the coaches. He's done what the coaches have asked of him to do whatever he can in that field. He's a bull rushing running back that uses his body, his physicality, and gets through space. Uses his physical appearance, going into defensive guys and dragging them for a few yards. That's what he is there for. It's to the point where. I don't know how they talk about him like he's not going to make the team, but they're like, oh, Wendell Smallwood had a great camp. He had a great camp. And it's like, okay, but dude, I don't care how good someone is, even if they have a good camp. If they're not playing, they're not playing. Done. Deal. Finished. The guy hasn't been playing. I don't want to hear shit about, now we're going to go talk about a guy that had a good camp than a guy that's actually played a few fucking preseason games. We're going to talk about a guy, Wendell Smallwood, that, he had a great camp. Oh, Deuce Staley says he's had a great camp. But, dude, I don't care if you have a great fucking camp. If you're not showing it in preseason, you're not even playing a fucking game, it's a different story. Nelson Aguilar's a different story because he'd actually been producing every game he's been playing in this preseason so far. So, you understand, there is no tape on Wendell Smallwood, what kind of player he is now. So, when they signed LeGarrette Blount, they knew Wendell Smallwood. He was in the picture when they signed LeGarrette Blount, so this is why this whole he might be cut is confusing me, because what is he supposed to do when Jason Peters has his personal time, Lane Johnson moves to left tackle, and then he just completely fucking disappears off the face of the earth like he's never played fucking football, I don't know how to fucking block anybody, But I understand, but he probably hasn't played left tackle, and even John McMullen on 97.3 ESPN Philly Radio even said he looked like there's definitely a chance that the guy hasn't even practiced at left tackle all this past camp. Okay, and you could tell he looked like he fucking fuck. Guy passes him. It's looked like total shit. And as soon as I turn the TV on, Carson Wentz, the one name everyone wants to hear is Carson Wentz. He comes out, and all of a sudden the fucking whole roster, the starting offensive line comes across the fucking screen. I'm like, yep, I guess the fucking run game ain't gonna work today, so I might as well sit down and just see what the fuck happens. It is what it is. And that's what happened. And we didn't do shit. Maybe 2 good runs that are all right. 1 good run where, Carson Wentz, passed to LeGarrette Blount when he was in trouble, was very poised in the pocket, and that was it. But, dude, what is he supposed to do with an offensive line like that? That's what I don't get. If the guy's not producing because of the offensive line, dude, the guy's 32 years old. What do you expect? What do you expect? Okay? And it has to be our team. It has to be us. Because I guarantee you, if he's on the fucking Giants, if he could run on the Giants O-line, I'd be fucking surprised. Because if he can't run with technically he hasn't run with our offensive line because everyone's been fucking, taking their fucking personal time off like it's like you're going to the fucking doctor or something. It's just to that point where it's just getting really annoying. This is all speculation, okay? I'm not saying that this is true, but Ronald Darby, right? This is all involved in LeGarrette Blount shit, so relax. If we trade LeGarrette Blount, it's $1 million. I think we get $1 million. I think 400,000 dead money. If we just cut him, it's gonna be 500 dead money. 500,000 dead money. If you cut him, that's what's pretty much gonna happen. Just say, okay. So Ronald Darby comes in. He wants a number 20-something jersey, right? Because he was 28 on the Bills. So I said, oh yeah, we're all joking around. Let's go take Wendell Smallwood's number. And we're like, funny, right? Now, why couldn't Ronald Darby get his number? Why couldn't Ronald Darby get a number 20-something number? I look at the roster. The only number that's missing from a jersey that he cannot get is number 25. And we all know, and you know where I'm going with this, and we all know who number 25 is. It's actually fun to talk about. It's actually fun to think about. Like, the fucked up part of it is true right now. Number 25 is the only number that we literally don't have. And for some reason, why don't we have it? Okay, because LeSean McCoy's number. And it's not retired. Not in the Hall of Fame. It's literally LeSean McCoy's number on reserve for some odd reason. Now, I don't know if it's because Ronald Darby doesn't want 25, but he wants to change to 20-something. He hates 35, so why didn't he just take any number that was coming to him? That's what I don't get. That's why this whole thing is fishy. It's shady. It's shady. It's just weird. And I found out I was thinking about this whole logic. Me and Philly 500 were talking last night on Twitter, and I was like, damn, that is so freaking weird. And I'm like, that's so weird how the guy can't even get his number, but it's the one number that he's not on our team. It's a guy that this is what I don't get. So why didn't he just take that number? This is what I'm trying to figure out. I think the Buffalo Bills are on a complete reboot, reset, rebuild. I think I think they're trying to get rid of I think they're saying, fuck it, we're getting rid of everybody because they got rid of Gilmore. They let Gilmore walk. Darby's on our team now. Anquan Boldin just retired, so that's not their fault. He just retired because, honestly, I think Anquan Boldin just said, fuck this, I don't want to be on a rebuilding team. Because the year before, when he was on Detroit, he actually did pretty well in that offense. Very productive. But he just said, I'm done. I'm not dealing with a rebuild. I need one more year, I'll make some money. And I don't want to get injured, and I don't want to be, I don't want to be the main focal point of this offense because I need, the guy needs help. The guy's 37, 38 years old at wide receiver. So it's now, I know Sean McDermott has always said, I have full confidence in Tyrod Taylor. Let me tell you something. They don't want Tyrod Taylor, okay? Number one, Sean McDermott is always gonna. The head coaches are always gonna make their play. They're always gonna say good things about their players. They're never gonna say a bad thing to the media about the players or anybody. Okay, number two, they literally asked Tyrod Taylor to take a damn pay cut. But who the fuck did they sign in free agency? Who did they sign in free agency? Who they told him to take a pay cut. I think it was right before free agency. But what did they do? I don't know what they did. I don't. He wanted to take a pay cut because he wants to situate the cap, get it stabilized for this fucking rebuild. That's why Tyrod Taylor took the pay cut. He said, all right, I'll take the pay cut as long as I'm starting. Blah, blah, blah. So we took the pay cut. And I honestly think that, I mean, now it's like they're done. It's finished, bro. Like, the next team that's probably better besides the Patriots is the Miami Dolphins. I mean, at least, they got an offense. Devontae Parker, and they got Landry, they got Stills, you know what I mean? They actually have an offense. Adui, Bajai, whatever his fucking that running back's name, Adubihai, I don't fucking know his name. But it's just weird. And I think LaShawn McCoy and I think Tyrod Taylor are on the trading block. I think they're trying to get as many picks as they possibly can. They're doing a hard reset. McDermott doesn't like... I knew for a fact, as soon as McDermott got to that team, he wasn't liking the players that were on that team. He knows that he has a 28-year-old running back in LaShawn McCoy that's very productive, but at the same time, if he will deal Sammy Watkins, he will deal LaShawn McCoy. He will deal Tyrod Taylor. Don't get me wrong on that. It's scary. So when Ronald Darby didn't get his number 20, so whatever, the only number that he couldn't get was number 25. And why is that? Look, the Ronald Darby talks. This wasn't just like they called him up and the deal was done. This Ronald Darby trade was talked about throughout the whole training camp. Okay, this was actually, it started a week before training camp. It went on for a while. They were in talks for a while, but no one knew about it. So there could be stuff going on right now that we don't know. That could be going on. And look, I'm not saying that LaShawn McCoy should be back on this team, but at the same time, if he's got 2 years left on his contract, right? So say you're going to pay him if he's got 2 years left and you're going to pay him $5 million for 2 years, why not? You know what I mean? If you're going to pay him $2 million for $5 million for 2 years, 5-point-something million for 2 years, and he could be productive for a few years. Because honestly, I don't know what we're going to do with the running back situation next year. I do not know what's going to happen. I mean, honestly, we want the all-time rusher next year. But at the same time, it's hard. It's hard to get to that top 10 spot. We don't know what our record's going to be next year. So we don't even know where we're going to be on the draft board next year. We could be in the mid-20s. We could be in the early 20s. I say late teens, early 20s again this year, I would think. But it's hard finding a gem at running back in the 4th, 5th round. It's very rare because you got guys like Langford, guys like, even I'm not even just talking about running backs, but like Richard Sherman was a 5th rounder. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, you're not going to, those players are so fucking hard to find, and the odds of getting them are very, very small. So, you can get some running backs next year. But honestly, like I said, I don't think they'll go after a running back next year. I think they will go after, I think they'll pick a guy on defense. I don't doubt it for a second that Joe Douglas is going to use that first-round pick on a guy on defense. I understand, okay? I understand. There's a lot of teams out there that use veteran presence at a position that they don't want to draft, or a position that they're just saying, let the guy produces, let him play for a few years, we'll figure it out later on. You understand? Every position, I know we want every position to be young, and we want every position to rise with Carson at the same time, but at the same time, it's hard to do that, especially now. It's you know what I mean? We have a lot of ammo. We got 3 4th rounds, 2 5th rounds, a 6th and a 7th, and we could possibly have a 3rd round pick. Eric Rowe from the Patriots actually asked Bill Belichick before training camp if he could switch to the slot, because between Gilmore and Butler, he's not going to get playing time. So he actually asked, can I get in competition with these guys in the slot? I think I can make the team. So Belichick said, yeah, sure. We'll work into the nickel corner position. So he's going to play slot. If he plays more than 8 games this year, if he plays more than half his games, which is if he plays 50%, plays more than 50%, we will get that third round. It's a compensatory pick. We will get that third round pick. The fourth round will turn into a third round. So we will have our third round pick back, but that's only if he plays more than half the season. So that's one thing to look out for, because if we do that, then we're actually pretty okay. I mean, we're actually okay now. We just got another 5th round. We got a 5th round pick now for Matt Tobin. So now it's 3 4th rounds and a 5th round. That's a lot of ammo to move up. That's a lot of ammo to move up in the draft. You understand? I'm not saying that free agency is going to be, dude, everyone's mentioning all these names like fucking Landry, God, I can't even name them. Landry, Le'Veon Bell, like, it's not going to happen, dude. Like, Le'Veon Bell wants, like, 13, 14 a year. It's not going to happen, dude. It's not. It's not. You like, look, we're trying to get out of this thing, or we're paying big money. But look, just think of it like this. If you get rid of Blount and you get Shady on this team and just say you're only paying an extra, $2 million for him? So, okay, that's fair. He's a few years younger. And he's a lot more productive than Blount will be. Okay? You just got to think of it like that. The guy's going to be more productive. He had over 1,200 yards last year. The guy looks like he hasn't lost a step yet. So, if you're paying an extra $2 million for McCoy and you want to get rid of Blount, pay the extra $2 million. It's not a big deal. It's really not. You're getting $1 million back from Blount. And you're just thinking the process. You're getting $1 million back from Blount, and you're you're getting McCoy that's very productive and hasn't lost a step yet. The guy can still play, okay? And we have to fill that spot for a few years. It's fine. It's not a big deal. A 2-year, whatever. Play him this year, next year, boom, and then see what happens. If we have someone in mind, whatever. But Ryan Matthews is gone. Donnell Pumphrey actually did very good today, Cap, but we'll talk about that later. But at the same time, I know everyone's against it. I want a young franchise running back to be running for us for years to come. I understand. When you see Ezekiel Elliott run for the Cowboys, you're like, fuck, I wish we had something like that. Yes, I know that. The difference is we're not going to get a fucking faggot like that on our fucking team that likes lifting shirts with titties flying and doing stupid shit bar fights and going over 100 miles an hour before a fucking NFC championship, a playoff game, and all that shit. I'm so glad we didn't get Ezekiel Elliott, so we'll cut off from that. But it's weird. This whole thing is weird. And I have a feeling something is going on. Big feeling. And a lot of people are confused, like, LeGarrette Blount could be cut. Why? Dude, they wanted LeGarrette Blount. Let me tell you something. Do they think LeGarrette Blount is going to go in the backfield and a guy was going to come behind the line of scrimmage, try to tackle him, he was just going to shake him off, shake another guy off, and run upfield like it's nothing? That's not going to happen with LeGarrette Blount. We need to have our starting line, and it's not fair. So, there's something up. There's something on the back burner that we do not know. As the fans, we do not know. There's something going on. And I don't know what it is, but did they sign LeGarrette Blount thinking, oh, he'll do everything by himself? No, of course not. The guy's a power back. He actually runs fast for a big back. He's just a power back. He's a big guy. He's 250 pounds. You understand? He'll break tackles. He'll move the pile. He'll get those tough yards for us. But I don't believe it for a second that, oh, well, we have Wendell Smallwood. He's had a great camp. I'm like, seriously? Like, you're going to talk about a guy that hasn't played one preseason game. You're going to get rid of Blount because a guy had a good camp? Give me a fucking break. Give me a break. Anybody can have a good camp. Practicing against your own team. Practicing against fucking dummies that don't move or talk or have strength. You know what I mean? So, and then you got Corey Clement. Now look, he's looked good. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, I always come up with that word, that little phrase. At the same time, You literally see Corey Clement, but he's with the third team offense. We don't know what he can do with the first team. They should throw him with the first team for at least a play or two, at least. Give him something where you know he's going to have open space on a play and see what he can do. See if he can get away from starting defenders. That's all I want to see from Corey Clement, because him shining with the third team is not going to do anything. It's going to make him look good. Yeah, okay, he's on the practice squad. We'll just put him on the practice squad. He actually looks really good. Or we'll make him as we'll cut a running back and we'll put him as the last string running back for now. Don't know. And honestly, technically, he looks better than Wendell Smallwood. Technically, we don't know what Wendell Smallwood's going to bring to the table. You guys can't say Wendell Smallwood looks good. You can't say a fucking thing about Wendell Smallwood because he hasn't played one freaking down. Nothing. So, that's what I got to say about all that. So, if Shady's coming to Philly, I don't know. Those Bills look very desperate for picks. And this Matt Tobin move might be a pick that they need to get. Okay? Might be something to trade. I don't know. We got 3 4th rounders and a 5th round. That's plenty. And I'm not saying waste it on McCoy. At least one pick. I don't care. A pick and a player. Get rid of Kendricks. You can get rid of Kendricks. Kendricks has skyrocketed his fucking preseason by that one game. At least he's put some value on him at least. To at least get him over there. Do something. Jason Kelce, I don't know. Some people were saying Jason Kelce. But honestly, I'd rather trade Kendricks than Kelce right now because we really need Kelce there right now, at least for this year. Then we'll figure it out later. Because we just got rid of 2 offensive linemen. We still have really great depth. We got Stefan Wisniewski that can play guard or center, so we're good. We're fucking set. But these guys have to start Thursday, okay? When I'm there, I'm going to be looking very closely at these fucking guys. Very closely. With my own 2 eyes up close, I will actually tape the first series, and see what's going on. But we'll see what happens with all that. But it's all speculation. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. But it's weird. The whole Darby number situation, 25s it seems like it's already taken, but it's not. So practice notes today. I know Brandon Graham got hurt. He'll be fine. Not worried about Brandon Graham. They've got to go crazy with him in practice this week. Alshon Jeffrey burnt Byron Maxwell. Him and Torrey Smith killed Byron Maxwell today. Byron Maxwell was actually very humble when he came to the press conference today, saying that, I want to play better than the Eagles corners do. I don't know why he's fucking I know we're in his fucking heads from the trade. He's like, and he actually said something nice. He was more humble, and he said, you know what? They got their franchise quarterback. I have to give them that. They made good moves and they got their franchise quarterback. I'm happy where I am, and that's it. I don't give a fuck what Byron Maxwell says, but before he came to the practice, he was talking so much shit, and he's gonna get fucking burned Thursday night. Pretty fucking bad. Okay, nobody misses Byron Maxwell. Nobody, and Kiko Alonso got beat too today. I heard he got roasted today. He couldn't even cover a man that was on his fucking back today. So, a good physical practice today against another team. So, I'm going to check out some more information on a lot of shit. I'll keep an eye out for whatever's going on, but something fishy is going on, and I know it. 100% know it. 95%, 90%, I'll keep it 90%. 90% that something's on the back burner, because there's no way that they would cut him because of how he's playing. He's only played a quarter and a half of football. A series or 2 in the first preseason game. He's only played a quarter, and I don't know. He might not make this roster. Why? It makes no sense. So that's all I really gotta say, guys. I'll see you guys later. Joey Shake 72 out.